Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com, just with another video regarding the Goblin Piledriver. I'm also going to do a deck tech and some gameplay if I can get someone to help me test it in Modern. Right now is a Modern deck here that went 3-1, but we're not actually focusing the deck tech of this particular deck. What we're going to see is what other cards that we can get on the train of the Goblin Piledriver. Now, Goblin Piledriver has already spiked. It is already, I can't find any. I've only had 3. I had 2 from Vintage Masters when I used to draft Vintage Masters. And unfortunately, I did not have 4 copies from that. And then I went to go buy. I found 1 copy for 4 tickets from a bot that was just lagging behind. And the rest of the MTGO world is sold out. The cheapest I can start finding them is for 8 tickets on MTGO, which is just plain crazy. I don't think that it's going to be able to hold that price tag when it comes out in the core set Magic Origins. People will argue with me and say, well, Rabble Master and Mutavault went clear up. Yes, they did, but they weren't printed in Vintage Master where people were trying to find a Black Lotus. I mean, Vintage Masters was opened so much on MTGO, and it also exists in Onslaught. So this is going to be its 3rd major printing. It's also a promo card on MTGO. So this is actually its 4th major printing on MTGO. So I just cannot compare Goblin Rabble Master to the Goblin Piledriver. I do think that it'll probably be around a 5-ticket card after Origins comes out and the supply starts entering the field. So you could actually even go a lot lower than that, because like I said, there's already a ton of supply. It's just speculators that have bought up all the copies, and man, did they do it quickly, man. I woke up at right as it spoiled, I started looking at it and I already missed the mark. Now this is a rogue market video to try to say what other pieces can we get into that might spike because of Goblin Piledriver being legal in Standard and Modern. One is Rabble Master. Rabble Master is sitting around $8 right now. I think it is due for one more spike before it gets rotated out of Standard. So if Goblin Piledriver really does affect the Standard environment enough that the Goblins becomes like a Tier 1 deck in Standard, you will see Rabble Master go completely insane in price one more time. I think it will double in value from $8 to $16 before it rotates. And it also might have some stability because it is being seen in Legacy, and if it sees play in Modern, then you might have some stability with the Rabble Master. So I think Rabble Master is worth the discussion whether or not to pick up. Now here are the cards that I think that are definitely worth a discussion. One is going to be Shared Animosity. Let's go over to paper here. It is $6, but Shared Animosity is a great card in Modern. What it says, whenever a creature control attacks, it gets +1/+1 for each other attacking creature that shares a creature type with it. So all of your goblins get this like pseudo Piledriver ability. Now there's Goblin Grenade that I'm definitely going to talk about, and some other cards. So let's just go one by one. So the first one that I think that you should definitely look about picking up still is remaining at a $5. No, it's a $2.50. Sorry, the foil is up here, but look at that. It's shot up on MTG already to 50 cents a piece, which is from 10 cents to 50 cents and probably completely going up. That Legion Loyalist is a great card. It's a nice 1-drop. Some people actually say it's better in a Goblin deck than Goblin Guide, and it's absolutely going to be the budget version of Goblin Guide. Goblin Guide is already insanely expensive, and it's just going to continue to get more expensive now that we have a Piledriver. So Legion Loyalist in paper, I think, has not spiked yet. $2. This is something that it could spike. See, Piledriver is just going to make people, they start opening this. They have a Rabble Master and a Piledriver. Hey, let's build a Modern deck. It's a good intro way to get into. In fact, when I was playing the Grinder, my final opponent for the Soul Sisters, when I went 5-0 with Soul Sisters, was Goblin. So he beat out enough people in the field to actually get to the finals of a Grinder, which is pretty significant. I mean, it'd be the equivalent of like an 8-man queue or a daily on MTGO. So the Goblins definitely is powerful enough to get there. It can be very fast. It can do turn 3 kills. I'm assuming, but it's very consistent to doing a turn 4 kill. And Legion Loyalist is a pivotal part of that. Can't be blocked by Lingering Souls tokens. It gives your guys trample. It gives your guys first strike, so they survive, and all of that is very relevant. So I can definitely see the argument for Legion Loyalist being better than Goblin Guide. Now, the next one is Goblin Chieftain. You can also see this card has just gone crazy already on MTGO. They're 50 cents a piece now. They were 20 cents at the start of the day, and the spike has happened on MTGO. paper, it's lagging behind, but it's had this significant growth for quite a while now. I mean, when Fate Reforged came out, it was $2. It went up, 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 up. I think a lot of that has to do with it was an inclusion in any sort of casual deck with when they released the Elves versus Goblins again out of that, whatever they called that, sealed product. I think people naturally wanted to get some Goblin Chieftains to put into that. Krenko decks are incredibly, incredibly, incredibly popular in EDH, and Goblin Chieftain is going to go in every one of those. And just like I said, I think that more casual players are playing Goblin Chieftain, and I'm not quite sure. I don't think it hits Legacy. Goblin Chieftain is one of those that they don't quite use in Legacy. Oh, there's a few Goblin decks that do use that in Legacy. We'll actually pull this up and see exactly what's in that Legacy deck and see what they're using with Piledriver. So anyway, Goblin Chieftain is a great addition to any sort of Goblin deck, and I think that it has a lot of room to grow in paper. From 3, I could easily see this going to 5. The only problem, it has been printed a million times. So, and it's one of those cards that is due for another printing, so you might actually even see it in this set for 1,000,001. I don't know if they'd want it with Horthing Outburst, though, and Dragon Fodder. I think that'd be a little too powerful of a card for Standard right now. So anyway, let's go on to Shared Animosity. Like I said, it's $6. It actually does have the ability to go up. Goblin Grenade is an interesting one. It's only been foil once, so foil Goblin Grenades could definitely go up. They're $2 a piece, which is pretty low for a foil. And the regular versions have been in Fallen Empires and Anthologies and in M12, and they're actually going to start going up in M12. Yeah, they've been going up. Wow, that's actually a card I need to go check my bulk for a bunch of Goblin Grenades. I had no clue it was already above 80 cents. So definitely go check your bulk. That could definitely spike. We've seen some weirder things happen with uncommons. You know, uncommons going up to obscenely amounts, like Curse Catcher at $8. We have like the elf, the one that taps for 3 mana, tap 3 elves, add 3 mana to your mana pool. Heritage Druid go to insane amount of prices once that collected elf stack hit the scene. So a card like Goblin Grenade could easily go up to $2, $3, $4 if the Piledriver really does that and make that much of an impact on Modern. Now, here's a nice little spec, I think, because you have 0 risk, is Goblin Bushwhacker. You can see the foils have already started to go up, and the regular version is just sitting at 25 cents. Again, we've seen commons like Curse Catcher, even from like the Zendikar block, go up in value, and it's slowly been going up. Actually, it went down a little bit from the start of the year, but it's been slowly creeping up to around this 25-30 cents. It's hard to dictate whether this is bulk or not, because usually a bulk common is around 15 cents. So these are a lot of people watch this. So there is vendors that are saying, okay, we'll sell this. This is a common card that is sold. We'll sell it for 25 cents. When the supply actually runs out, you can see Bushwhacker actually go up in value. There's a ton of these out. But again, Expedition Map is a great indicator of how far a common can go up in a short amount of time. Expedition Map at one point was at $2. And again, we were looking at Curse Catcher, which is a common, or Serum Visions, which is a common, which were printed a long time before Goblin Bushwhacker, but this is a card that is worth watching to see if it's going to spike. And you can find these at a common bins. These are very easily this is a card that I used to stockpile in common form just because I could easily trade it for a quarter. So someone would be looking for Goblin Bushwhackers, and I could actually trade 4 of them for like a significant card that will hold its value or have a chance of going up a lot easier. Trading Goblin Bushwhackers for Rest in Peace or Stony Silences back in the day. I mean, that was a good way to get out of like a really bulky card that people drafted a lot of and put into value. Now I'm thinking the Bushwhacker might actually be worth picking up copies. You can find them for 15 cents a piece, as they are very, very powerful in a Goblins deck. Now, a card that we already missed the mark on that has been going up because of like Merfolk and Elves is Caverns of Souls. It is now seen at $45. If Goblins is going to see a Tier 2 strategy or even a Tier 1 strategy in Modern, it's going to push Caverns of Souls up even further. I don't know how much this can go. I'm very disappointed because I got out at 35 is when I got out of my Caverns of Souls, and now I'm kicking myself because they're up to $45. $45. Again, though, I got at 35. I feel pretty good, because they stayed at 20 for the longest time, and then I got out at a significant profit, almost double. Actually, I got into them at 18, so yeah, almost double of what I got into Caverns of Souls. So little bit of a I should have been more patient. I guess my whole speculation for Inkmoth Nexus crashing after some sort of printing is false. Inkmoth Nexus still looks like it has a lot of room to grow. I mean my words there. I got a Inkmoth Nexus at 25. Let's see where Inkmoth is right now. And so I got out at 25, sold all my copies for 25. And let's see here. They're 26 now. So actually, yeah, actually I'm okay. That's where I got out at. This is where it's at. Could it go up again? Absolutely. So let's just check out some of the decks that it is being used in. This Goblin out of Legacy has mostly just Legacy playable cards like Goblin Sharpshooter, which isn't in Modern. Again, there's a one of Chieftain. This one uses a Thalia. Thalia definitely is an interesting card to put in a Goblins deck. Definitely, I think I could see that being played in Modern. This one does have a Warren Instigator. Let's check out Warren Instigator. Warren Instigator, though, just is one of those cards I think that is competing for the slot. I'll have to check to see if I do that online. We'll test it. But it's sitting at $10. It's been going up, and it allows you to put a Goblin card on the battlefield. Again, it's been going down online for quite a while now. It's at $4. The reason why it's so expensive, it is a Mythic, and Mythics are very hard to come by because of people redeeming sets, especially from Zendikar. I think most Mythics from Zendikar on MTGO are quite expensive just because a lot of people redeem Zendikar for the fetch lands. It was a very, very profitable way to redeem a set, and that just made the Mythics go crazy. So, anywho, let's check out, again, the Goblins. That was the Legacy. Anything else in here? That is... So Scheme Scouger is definitely a card that is Modern legal. It's got Echo, comes into play, return target creature to opponent controls the owner's hand. Wow, this actually works with my idea of Collected Company. I'll have to look at it to see if it works. Siege King Commander could go up. It puts in 3 red, 3/1/1 red Goblin creature tokens, and you can sacrifice them. This card could be due for a spike because of it. And again, one drop, they only use Lackey. Lackey, of course, is not legal in Modern. And few other things. The Earwig Squad is legal. That's interesting as well because Prowl is pretty sweet, and it could definitely go into a deck. Vial could go up. You could see an Aether Vial deck. A Tutor's Library that is now doing deck text for RogueDeckBuilder.com just did build an Aether Vial Goblin deck. I'm going to actually not go the Vial route. I'm going to go the Collected Company route because then you have access to Atarka's command as well. And I'm wondering if this is that's Legacy. Let's see if I can find that deck list again. Here's the deck list of cards that we're seeing. So Mog War Marshal was printed in, I believe, a few sets. It's from an old school set. Nope, it's just from Time Spiral and Modern Masters. So this could actually be due for a little bit of a spike in value as well, as this has very good synergy with the Goblin Piledriver. So definitely go check those out. Find your collection right now. If you have any Goblins just sitting around, put them in your trade binder, as I think a lot of people, when they start opening Piledrivers, will want to build a Goblin Modern deck or a Goblin Standard deck, and this is a great time to make a profit or start preparing for the future. So if you like these Rogue Market videos, I usually edit them a lot better, but I'm just trying to get this information out as quick as possible, because I already said, look at Goblin Piledriver on MTGO. It has, I think it's even higher than this now. Let's look at the Vintage Masters one because it's the cheapest one. Yeah, you can't find any for $2.41. Neither of these have any of them for that money. I've already looked, and MTGO Traders is selling for 8 tickets, and they're completely gone from like any of the MTGO Wiki price bot side. They're completely sold out. And whatnot. So in fact, a lot of bots are actually starting to buy them for this amount. So this is just usually it's the card that will get spikes first, and then all the cards that interact with the cards start to spike. So definitely go make some money. Goblin Piledriver, it's real, it's spoiled, it's coming to Standard, it's coming to Modern. This is Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.